Jets are retaining the 33rd team to support them on their upcoming general manager and head coaching searches. Former Jets general manager Mike Tannenbaum and Vikings general manager Rick Spielman will lead the project for the NFL technology and media company. The 33rd team will provide its data analysis and experience to assist the Jets in their search for new leadership. There's a few things I really don't love about this. Like, first off, we're hiring the guy we fired to find the next guy that we want to hire. That's a little weird. I don't love that Adam Gase is also a part of this friggin' regime. They just hired him back in September. So it's like you're bringing all the old goons back. And then, even just the way the company is represented here. It's an NFL technology and media company. We're not bringing in some crazy scouting agency or I don't know. I mean, they have a lot of big names with the 33rd team. So there's a lot of NFL experience there, but it just, I don't know. I think the one benefit to this is that all these guys are going to have a lot of connections around the league. And right now with Joe Douglas being gone, it's kind of what we need. We do not have I think Woody doesn't have a pulse on the NFL whatsoever. He doesn't have a pulse on his own fan base, let alone being able to read a room in general. The sauce chain was really weird. The Taylor Swift picture was really weird. He just does a lot of really weird old dude stuff. And bringing these guys in, I think, is probably at least a net positive, even if I don't love all 100% of this. Bean, what were your thoughts about the Jets bringing in the 33rd team?
Well, my thoughts were, now I got to get Mike Tannenbaum's email because I am applying. I applied for the general manager position, but I was going to send it to, what's the guy's name from Corn Ferry? I forgot. I could tell you his name. Because the Jets were still working with them on some on some stuff. So I thought it was going to be them. So now I got to find Mike Tannenbaum's number. My number source, my email source doesn't have his. So that's frustrating to me. But I don't know. This is a guy who have you heard his most recent trade idea about what was the 3 firsts for Myles Garrett? See that one?
Yeah,
that's
that was
insane. That's stupid.
Yeah, that sounds logical. So, I mean, Tannenbaum's still Tannenbaum, it sounds like. I mean, I'll tell you what, he was a fun guy to have on the Jets. He is, except for when he tried to catch that punt. You saw right away, accountant. Not supposed to be out there. But he gave us some great years and everything. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing to me to have a guy that you fired now leading the search for the position that you fired him from. Is there resentment there maybe? There's just a potential for conflict that I find a little odd. And you know what? Let me say this out loud too. I find it odd that Woody is just refuses to hire an actual football guy, which it's really no surprise, guys, that we're consistently in this cycle because our team needs to hire outside help. So the last 3 GMs, last time it was Adam Gase, basically came in here with Christopher Johnson, told them this guy sucks with Maccagnan. He's garbage. I can't work with him. Well, Chris Johnson, Peyton Manning just said that, Adam Gase is the best thing since sliced bread. So I'll get rid of Maccagnan. And then Adam Gase, who do you think you should hire? I think we should hire Joe Douglas. He's the best. Okay, great. Before him, you hired Casserly and Ron Wolf to find Maccagnan and Bowles. Before that, you hired Corn Ferry to find Idzik. When are we going to be able to actually be a football organization from the top down? Why can't we have somebody in the house that knows how to do this? It's frustrating. Like you said, I guess this is better than Corn Ferry, as an example, some firm, but it's I don't know. It rubs me. It's why? It's embarrassing. I've had more than a couple calls. I shouldn't say calls, actually messages of people saying, dude, why can't the Jets just find their own GM? What do you mean? This has been, 20 years of this or 15. So it's embarrassing.
Yeah. Not to mention the idea of this team, the scouting department or outside agency, whatever, they're not going to be held accountable. They hire some dog shit GM. Oh, well, they still got all their credentials and whatever. It's not someone that's going to be tied to the Jets. You bring in a football president of the operation. Now everything that this guy does ties back to his day-to-day job in the facility.
Right.
And I feel like that's something that accountability is just being pushed off. You know, it's like, oh, yeah, we're going to let Jaime be the, you know, the president still and all this other stuff. I'm convinced the dude's got dirty emails on Woody, and that's why he's not he's not getting shipped off. He's got the Snyder gold or whatever. Matt, I want to hear your take. I just want to throw 𝐒𝐫𝐞𝐫𝐲's super chat up on the screen. Thank you for the 20 spot, dude. Says, freeze Ryan, fellas. Which is more important, GM or the head coach? Which side of the ball needs more help? The offense or the defense or the special teams? Let's go, boys, 9-8. So, Matt, I want to get your thoughts on the 33rd team overall. I'm going to freeze myself, and then we'll get into 𝐒𝐫𝐞𝐫𝐲's super chat here.
So I'm not super upset or super excited about this. I guess the positive is Woody Johnson isn't going to make this decision in a hurry because, you know, in all likelihood, he's going to be leaving for the UK in a few months. And, you know, if that's the case, you don't really want him rushing the process, picking someone and going on that way. It's optics wise, not great that Mike Tannenbaum is the owner of the 33rd team and is leading the project. But I do want to give some credit to Rick Spielman, who is partnered with Mike Tannenbaum on this project. And he worked with the Washington Commanders last year for their search. And clearly they're ahead of schedule now as they're 7-5 and looks like they found their quarterback and all that. So again, like, I'm not jumping for joy that they picked the 33rd team to do it, but I do think it was the right call for them to ask for help in some capacity and not make this decision on their own. So for me, I'm going to choose to focus on the positive of what Spielman did last offseason rather than, yeah, it does look a little weird that they hired a guy that they fired 12 years ago.
What's up, guys? Matt O'Leary from Talkin' Jets. If you liked that video, please make sure to subscribe and follow for more New York Jets content.